What's going on, everyone? This is Ninja Geek here, and in this video we're going to be talking about some more Infinite Warfare information, and I really shouldn't say information, I should say more speculation and leak, because all of this is not confirmed to be true by Infinity Ward themselves. However, most of it is probably going to be pretty much likely discussing just based upon the history of Infinity Ward, the new Infinity Ward I should say, and what they've done with Modern Warfare 3 and Ghosts, and plus from the fact that we've got these leaks, and it all kind of tying in together, but you can take that for what you will. So, first of all, it is said that Infinite Warfare will have the Specialist Strike Package, the Assault Strike Package, and the Support Strike Package, and they go on to list some of the streaks within there, and it's going to be a score-based system within the multiplayer, so that means it's going to be pretty much similar to Treyarch's Scorestreak system, where you get like a UAV at 300, and then, you know, the list goes on and on, like 300 points, instead of just like a kill per se. We don't know exactly how that system works yet, however, I'm just going to discuss my thoughts on all of that. So before I get into all of that, before you start thinking that I'm just coming out of nowhere with everything, I just want to start at the beginning and work our way down. So first of all, I don't like the idea of the way that they're going about this and the streak system within this game, especially just the way this game is all taking place. So, for example, let's just start off by saying we know that there are 3 Call of Duty developers out there. There is Treyarch, who of course made Black Ops 3, they have made Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 and World at War in the past, and of course COD 3, and I think they were the first ones to work on COD after COD 3 and then moving on. Infinity Ward has been around since the beginning. They were the first ones that started making Call of Duty with Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2, and of course they had the side Call of Duties, but then COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, the new Infinity Ward took over from Modern Warfare 3 and Ghosts. And then Sledgehammer Games just recently came out with Advanced Warfare in 2014. Now, with that being said, all of these 3 developers should honestly start working on different games, different time games to make everyone happy. Instead of Treyarch working on a futuristic game, Infinity Ward working on a futuristic game, and Sledgehammer working on a futuristic game. Now, we don't know what's going to happen with Advanced Warfare 2 or whatever comes out with Sledgehammer in 2017. However, it probably will be a futuristic shooter, and don't be surprised if it is, because honestly, like, that's just the way that these Call of Duty games are going nowadays, and we just have to kind of expect what we should already expect, instead of kind of not expecting it to be like that and then just going along those lines. But Call of Duty, with Activision especially, you would think, since there are 3 developers now taking on the challenge of making Call of Duty games, somebody should be working in a past Call of Duty, somebody should be working on a modern Call of Duty, somebody should be working on a future Call of Duty. That's just how things should go. And then moving on from there, what should happen is they should obviously have their different ideas for how the streaks work and how everything else works within their game. So, for example, again, Sledgehammer took Treyarch's idea to put score streaks in their game with their pick 13 system instead of a pick 10 system, but it was still the same implementation of the same thing. Now, don't get me wrong, I think score streaks are a great idea. I think that they incentivize people to play the objective and stuff like that. However, I much prefer kill streaks, or more importantly, point streaks, because point streaks reward the player who plays the objective and who goes for the objective and all that. However, at the same time, point streaks, I think I like them better just because they're more reminiscent of kill streaks, and that's why I liked MW3's point streaks and even Ghost point streaks. I felt like that needed to be in the game, and I thought that Infinity Ward was going to come back and say, yes, we're going to include the point streak system. However, they did not necessarily confirm or deny that there was going to be a point streak system. They just said something similar to a score streak system, where at this many 100 points you would get a streak, and so on and so forth. I'm hoping it's a point streak system, but score streak system is not that bad either. I think that score streaks, out of all 3 kill streaks, score streaks, and point streaks, score streaks I don't think are the best ones. Point streaks I like because they're kind of like reminiscing of classic Call of Duty with modern Call of Duty, and that's what I like Infinity Ward to have. But if they're just going to copy Treyarch, it really makes no sense. They should be diversing their different studios. They should be not taking things, take good things from the other Call of Duties, but don't make it exactly the same every single year, because that's not being diverse. You say, people in the Call of Duty all the time, community, they say, we want a change in Call of Duty, and then when change happens, people say, oh, then we don't want the change anymore. Well, the problem is that they change things that we don't want them to change, and when we wanted them to change things, they don't change the things we want them to change. So, if Infinity Ward's game, we don't want to necessarily go all the way into the future, into this space warfare stuff. We didn't ask for a change like that. We just asked for little changes, like improve upon the game engine, or improve upon, like, little things. That's the changes we want. We don't want a whole new setting within the whole game that's going to change how the game is played. Call of Duty should be played how Call of Duty is played, but each developer should have their own sort of statistic within the game, and it doesn't seem like that. It seems like they're just copying each other. Here's the Scorestreak system, here's our pick 10, whatever, we just copy Treyarch. I don't like that aspect at all, but again, all rumors, all speculation, we'll have to see what goes on, but you can let me know down in the comments below about what you think about that. Getting on into the strike packages, they are pretty much similar from Modern Warfare 3 and Ghosts. We have the Assault Strike package, the Special Strike package, and the Support Strike package. Now, Assault and Specialist, completely fine. Here's my gripe with Specialist. I will say Modern Warfare 3 Specialist needs to return. I don't care if you thought it was overpowered or not. It should be like that because it is worth going for. It is worth getting. And I think on the list it said that at 1,000 score you get all of the perks within the game. That is what it should be. Specialist and Ghost was terrible because you would pick your 3 perks, you'd pick your extra bonus perks, and you would just only have those perks, and you couldn't have all of the perks in the game. You didn't have extra whatever the case was. Modern Warfare 3, the Specialist maybe was a bit too overpowered because you earned it fast, but just make it be earned a little bit less and have it have the same effectiveness, and I think that will be fine. That's what I'm hoping the Infinite Warfare Specialist bonus does. It gives you everything in the game because that's what it should do. It shouldn't be a stripped down version like Ghost, but that's my own opinion. Assault was fine, except of course have really lethal streaks within the Assault package, not like Ghost where pretty much no streak did anything. Like the Battle Hind got like 1 kill a match, if that even. The streaks just sucked in Ghost, so that's what made it more boring, along with the big maps. You could go on and ever for that, but Assault, really lethal score streaks. Specialists, it needs to be the way that it was in Modern Warfare 3, and support should not be here. Now, I know people are going to get upset when I say support should not be here, but my own personal opinion, and I'm not saying that in a really mean way to kind of say, oh, nope, support shouldn't be here, and that's it. I'm giving exact reasons why, so we can understand why support is not great within Call of Duty. So take, for example, I'm not trying to compare Call of Duty to these other games, I'm just giving examples of why this doesn't work. So take, for example, Battlefield, or take, for example, even Overwatch, a better example. Those are team-based games. If you pick a certain hero in Overwatch, you're helping your team out better. You're obviously, if you don't know what I'm talking about in Overwatch, most of the time you're not going to want to pick a Symmetra on attack. That's not going to work. So you need to know how to base off of your team. And with Battlefield, it's the same way. You need to learn how to play the kind of role that your team needs. If your team needs more support, if your team needs more assault, if your team needs more snipers, you need to play how your team needs if they need more of that or less of that. However, in Call of Duty, there is no rules. There is no team-based game. Yes, you can go in there alone. You could go in there with a full party in Ground War if you wanted to. Call of Duty is an arcade shooter, and it has always been since it has launched. There is no team-based role at all activated. Now, I understand in Modern Warfare 3 what they were going for is to give the support players something to achieve, like give the people that die over and over again to try and hop on flags and stuff like that, give them some streaks because they deserve it. That's fine. But when you put the stealth bomber in the support class, that doesn't help at all. That completely ruined the idea back in Modern Warfare 3, and it completely, utterly broke the game along with death streaks. Aside from that, Ghost did not have lethal streaks in the support package, if I remember correctly. The problem is that Call of Duty has just never been a team-based game. You cannot reward people for doing this because it's not a team-oriented game. So they should only just remove support, remove support from the game, honestly. Just take it out, because they're either going to ruin it, like they did in Modern Warfare 3, or it's going to be useless like it was in Call of Duty Ghosts. Nothing in support has ever been useful, and if it is, it's very, very minor. It doesn't help at all. It's usually UAVs that pretty much take the same amount of time to earn if you use the Assault package anyways. I don't agree with the support package at all. I thought it was a cool idea back in Modern Warfare 3 when I played that game like all the time. I thought it was a cool idea going back into Call of Duty Ghosts. I was like, yeah, let's reward the objective player, but it just ultimately doesn't. And that's just my thoughts on it, but you can leave your thoughts down below as to what you think about all of this information. Just support doesn't belong. I think all these developers need to have their own sort of system within Call of Duty, because the way that it is right now, it's just like everyone kind of copies each other, and some of it is for the good, some of it it's like they just copy because it seems like they're lazy, like, oh, we'll just use Treyarch's Scorestreak system or whatever because we think it's the best. That's what Sledgehammer did. And, it worked, but I just would like them to have their own sort of system to try out something new versus just copying what the older developers have just to make a game. And it's just because, we want little changes, but we don't want big changes, if that's, what I'm saying. And so that's where a lot of times people in the Call of Duty community get messed up, and they say, we want change, and then people complain that people complained that they wanted change, and then that they got the change, and then it's not what they wanted. But the whole point is that people wanted change, but we didn't want drastic change. We didn't say, yes, we need drastic changes, Call of Duty's messed up. We never said that. We just said, we want a little bit of change in Call of Duty. I don't think anyone's ever said we want exosuits and advanced movement in Call of Duty. That's a completely different story. So these Call of Duty developers are not true Call of Duty fans if they're not listening to what the fan community has. Now, here, again, going back to Overwatch, another perfect example. They listen to the fan feedback of the game. They buff people, like Zenyatta recently got buffed. He's one of the support heroes. People said that he was underpowered, and I personally don't play as him, but people said that he was underpowered, and he got a buff, and it made him better. See, the Overwatch Blizzard, the people, they actually play their game, and they listen to fan feedback, and they say, okay, what can we do to fix this? But Call of Duty, it just seems like they don't care, and then they come out here, and then they say that they care about the game. They've been Call of Duty fans, they've been hardcore Call of Duty fans. Infinity Ward says that this has been, Infinite Warfare's been a passion project for us all, but it's not a passion project for the people that are buying your game. It's only for you. You're not caring about the fans, you're just being selfish, and it's gotten into a huge argument in general over the internet and everything else. But that's where I'm going to leave off the commentary. Leave a like, of course, if you did enjoy, and subscribe for more content. The Call of Duty content's been a little less on the channel now, just because really there's nothing. I mean, when Infinite Warfare starts getting more multiplayer gameplay, and if we get a beta, we don't know about that either, there will be more Call of Duty content. But right now, really nothing to talk about, so I figure I make this video talking about my opinions on the leaks and stuff that have been out recently. So that's it. I'll see you on the next one. This is Ninja Geek. I'm out. And peace.